pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First we'll have roll call.
Dan Pillow.
Here.
Lisa Stafford. Here. Dan Dalton.
Here.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Here.
Pam Jackson.
Here. We'll start with the clerk's report.
You received the minutes from November the 2nd.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for November 2nd.
Second.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Dan Dalton. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Lisa Stafford. Yay. Dan Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You received the minutes of the special Zoom meeting on November the 5th.
Make a motion to accept the minutes from the special Zoom meeting on November 5th.
I'll second it.
Motion by Lisa Stafford, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Lisa Stafford.
Yay.
Dan Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Abstain.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You have pay ordinance 11C. This was for biweekly payroll that was paid on November the 6th. Total was dispersed from the general fund, $10,605.65.
Council, what's your pleasure?
I'm sorry.
Which one was that, Margaret? I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
you were going faster than I could.
I think it's the first
11C.
11C. It's
Okay.
$10,605.65. And it probably doesn't print on, like on yours, it probably doesn't do the footer where the page 1 is, but it would be page 1.
I make a motion we accept ordinance 2011C.
I'll second it.
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Lisa Stafford.
Yay.
Dan Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Next, you have 11D. This is for monthly salaries. Total dispersed from the general fund, $6,919.05.
I make a motion we accept ordinance 2011D.
I'll second.
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Lisa Stafford. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Lisa Stafford.
Yay.
Ann Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You have 11E. This is for accounts payable. Dispersed from the general fund, $6,498.09. From the fire/EMS fund, $307. From the COVID fund, $115.96 for a combined total of $6,921.05.
Make a motion to accept ordinance number 11E 2020. I'll second it.
Motion by Dan Pillow, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Lisa Stafford.
Yay.
Dan Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
You should have received a copy of the Addison Board of Public Affairs November meeting items. It would have been the minutes from October the 12th, their pay sheet for October, and their collection report for the month of September. It was collected in November, but it was for September.
I'll make a motion to accept the water board's minutes and.
Second.
Motion by Pam Jackson, second by Dan Pillow. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow.
Yay.
Lisa Stafford.
Yay.
Dan Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow.
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
That's all you have? Yeah. We'll go ahead and do the treasurer's report.
Okay, you should all have a copy of the September treasurer's report in front of you. I'm gonna go across the totals. So the total council controlled funds, the beginning balance was $197,059.77. With receipts and expenditures, the ending balance of the month was $195,219.36. Those are total council controlled funds for September. The total water board controlled funds, beginning balance was $99,420.61. With receipts and expenditures, the ending balance of the month is $123,769.53. Grand total combined funds, beginning balance, $296,480.38. With receipts and expenditures, your ending balance for September, grand total is $318,988.89.
Make a motion, we accept the treasurer's report for the month of September.
Second.
Motion by Steve Dalton, second by Dan Philo. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Philo,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Philo,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
That's all I have. I don't really have nothing, so we'll move to Bob. You have anything, Bob?
Yes, I do. First thing I have is resolution authorizing the acceptance of the attached offer for the sale of 213 Second Hand, Addison, Ohio.
I make a motion that we declare an emergency, read the title 3 times or read by title only 3 times.
Suspend the rules.
Suspend the rules, there we go.
I have faith in all of you, you'll eventually get that.
Rearrange it in our own way.
Yeah.
Some part of it.
Yeah, it's there. Okay.
We have a second.
I'll second
All right. Motion by Steve Dalton, second by Pam Jackson. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Philo,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Philo,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
First reading a resolution authorizing the acceptance of the attached offer for the sale of 213 Second Hand, Addison, Ohio. Second reading a resolution authorizing the acceptance of the attached offer for the sale of 213 Second Hand, Addison, Ohio. Third reading a resolution authorizing the acceptance of the attached offer for the sale of 213 Second Hand, Addison, Ohio.
I make a motion, we accept the resolution as read.
Second.
Motion by Dan Phillips, second by Dan Dalton. Any discussion?
Margret, the offer gets attached to this.
Yes, I heard you.
No, this is,
I figured that.
we'll vote.
Dan Philo,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Philo,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
The next ordinance that I have is an ordinance amending the Village of Addison personnel policies and procedures that was passed in September of 2020. And the purpose of this is to clarify or amend working on a holiday that it's time and a half only.
If I can comment, this brought to their attention that I guess the police officers noticed that the wordage was a little misleading, so I contacted Bob to clarify it. It was like they were getting paid straight time and time.
If
and
you
a half.
read it, it's, yeah, it was not right.
Because we added the
Fixed.
part-time officer, because at one time, remember in our book, we did not pay them for the holiday.
Exactly.
And once it was changed, it just added the name, the title, which didn't,
Oh.
wasn't too clear. So that's the purpose of this.
Right. I make a motion, we suspend the rules, set ordinance be read 3 times only and declare an emergency.
Second.
That's what 20 years.
I know, I was actually waiting for him to do it this time.
No problem. Just
Motion
pointing
by
it out,
Dan
son.
Pillow, second by Steve Dalton. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
First reading, an ordinance amending the Village of Addison personnel policies and procedures. Second reading, an ordinance amending the Village of Addison personnel policies and procedures. Third reading, an ordinance amending the Village of Addison personnel policies and procedures.
I move that we accept the ordinance as read.
Second.
Motion by Lisa Stafford, second by Steve Dalton. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
If any of you are interested, the resolution would be number 4, and the ordinance would be number 16.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Bob. We'll go ahead and go to committees. Dan Pillow.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a couple of things, or at least try to get you a couple of things, best I could. The one thing is the copy of our Community Development Hamilton County Block Grant, which I know we've been authorized to go ahead, but this is like the final look at it, and this is what we'll send in. It's due in next week, so I need council's approval to go ahead and submit that. Just a couple of things, just outstanding things. We had said that we would look for acquisition and demolition, and we also said that we agreed on 32 Main Street, and we discussed the second property. 269 is the property on Secretary next to the old jailhouse. I think those are the two that we had talked about, but if somebody has something else they deem to be, think might need to be a little more urgent in getting it down, please, whatever council does, if it's a small change, to submit that.
269 Second Town, does that one belong to the village, or is that one we can acquire quickly to do that?
That's the one we would be acquiring and
So it's 32, we don't own 32
Right.
either, right? We don't own 32 either, right?
we don't have 32, but I may have mentioned that the port will
Yeah.
go back to our $1,500 stipend that we need to put in,
Okay.
and we can own it from there. So Dick, we'll get Dick getting that information. He has it, he has it at his fingertips.
And then, so how would this work? So we listed 2 properties. What happens if taking down those 2 properties is cheaper than 30? Not that I think it will be, but.
Yeah, we still have some wiggle room, whatever we have. Now, I think, as a matter of fact, I saw that Addyston was listed for $26,000. The one property with trees and all came to about 13.
Yeah, so you're gonna need, like I said,
32 Main Street, yeah. So, if we can get 2 torn down for about 8,000 apiece, but I think it's higher than that now. I think they're going for about 10,000 apiece. But this is to get it in. We can make adjustments as we go. As long as we have our application in, we can make adjustments.
I make a motion for Councilman Pillow to move forward with submitting our block grant.
A second.
Motion by Steve Dalton, second by Lisa Stafford. Any discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
The second piece that you have in front of you should be 3 pages. Just kind of bring you up to date, being that we have eliminated the southeast parking lot. That'll be page number, let's start with page number 1. You'll see the parking lot at the bottom of your page, which we're eliminating. And you'll see the hard, dark colored triangle. The dark colored triangle, that is where we are now on the VFW's property. On page number 2, this is a rendering of moving, being that we don't need the parking lot anymore, moving the multi-court, basketball court and all that stuff south down to our southern property line. It takes us off the VFW's property altogether. Now, so by doing that, moving that south, I just wanted to bring that to council to make sure that they're agreeable with that. We have been trying to negotiate to get that triangle, or even more than that. We've gotten it down to that triangle, but we don't have a lot of, we haven't been able to get that done. Also, if we don't have proof that that we have that that all of that's on our parking lot, they won't finance that particular part of the grant. But with that being said, that's already been engineered. This is off the pins, engineering pins that we have, so that takes us off of their property, and that's what I'm wanting to get an okay from council to move that, to alter that particular drawing.
I make a motion to accept the new rendering for the basketball court.
I'll second it.
And while that motion's on the floor, page 3, it just shows you where everything was. If you have a look at page 3, it kind of shows where everything was up front.
Wait till my clerk lady comes back and.
So I didn't realize she was like, I'm just like looking at the drawing, going, makes sense to me.
Yeah, because I'm looking like, well, I could go over there, I'd rather her write it so she knows. I think I remember it's Stephen and Pam, correct? Yeah. We have a motion on the floor.
I'm sorry, what?
No, you're fine. The motion is to
Accept the new, the move of the basketball court,
Yeah, the new position of it.
the new position.
that's laid out on that map that Steve passed out. Steve made the motion, Pam second. Any discussion?
Yeah, actually, I'm confused now by the walking path. So,
Okay,
says the end of the, so where is the walking path gonna meet up now?
this is where it meets, right, where it says the end of the existing walking path that we have over there, and then goes up and around, comes back, and it stops over here.
Okay, so then, when we finish the walking path, where's it gonna go?
It'll start over here. Look at page 3.
Okay,
Okay, this is where it is now. This is right here and to here.
right,
So now, with the basketball court move, we'll come down here, around through this area, and back around the basketball court up here. On page 2, it shows you explicitly.
oh, okay, so
where
it'll go right here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's all I wanted to make sure the walking path got moved too.
Absolutely.
Very important.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Okay, I'm good.
Any further discussion? All right. No further discussion, we'll vote.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you very much.
All right, Lisa Stafford,
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Dan Dalton,
Nothing at this time, however, I would like to try to get the members of the police committee together for a meeting.
that would be fantastic.
He's been busy for 2 weeks.
I'm glad he has some pull. Thank you.
Let's just not do Thursday, because that's when the finance committee meets.
All right, well, we'll discuss it later.
Okay.
And Margaret put it out.
Yeah, and let me know what it is you're talking about. So,
No
yeah.
problem.
Oh, you're gonna let this go out of council meeting, then you're gonna forget about it.
So,
Okay. All right.
We'll make sure he gets on it.
Oh, absolutely. I'm already.
Now, wait a minute, both of you, I didn't know it up. The chairman is sitting here, all right?
Jeez.
Do you have anything else?
Nothing like professionalism. No, ma'am, not at this time.
Thank you, Dan. Ms. Ann?
Okay. Well, I have, the planning committee commission met together on the 10th. And we just talked about, for the old business, was to update them on the Addyston Fall Fest rally and how that stood, and to thank those who had taken part in manning that booth. We also talked about the shelter that the Kiwanis and Miami Township are offering to help us get in the park. And we did talk about a possible size of 25 by 40, and one of the estimates is $25,000 for that. And that's just for the shelter,
I was gonna say, is that installation or just the
just the shelter. And then the other thing, we talked about the walking path and the parking, which Dan just went over. And we're still looking for fundraisers, and one of the things that was suggested was checking into a spring mulch and flower sale. And when we have more details, we'll come back with that. Next meeting, December the 8th at 6 o'clock. I forgot to put the time on that. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ann. Steve?
Finance committee, there we go. Met last Thursday. We've begun drafting the budget. I emailed out our meeting notes this morning, so feel free to look at those. The only thing that I feel like I want to just caution is very much a rough draft at this point in time. So I gave you a list of everything that we did discuss and what it's been built at, but nothing has been finalized, set in stone. We're still trying to figure out our estimated revenue. And the problem is we don't know how COVID's going to affect the village and how that's going to affect the economy. So that's kind of a wild card that we're trying to figure out how to predict and how to roll with that. I can tell you for sure that we have at least 2 of our full-time employees that will be needing benefits, which will obviously have a significant drain on the budget. The other thing we were looking at in terms of the new backhoe, instead of getting a loan and financing the backhoe through another entity and paying interest to another entity, what we're looking at doing is using our savings account and taking the loan out from ourselves. So you'd still make the same payments as you would on the loan, but now the village is also getting the interest. So it helps grow our savings account and allows us to kind of build a little bit of reserve. We're still kind of working out if we can do that and how that would work. That's pretty much the key things where we're at. Our goal is to be able to next meeting, to be able to give everybody kind of here's the overall layout of everything, and then either council goes over it or we have questions and we kind of beat it up. But as soon as we have a full rough draft for everybody to look at, I will email it out to everybody. That's all I have from finance.
All right. Pam? Thanks, Steve.
We did have a laws and contracts meeting, a couple of them, on November 4th and 6th. What we did was go around the village to see the problem areas with how Bob suggested about how with our boats, trailers, and parked cars, driving, whatever. There's quite a few out in the village. They're kind of, a lot of them are hidden, but they're there. So we kind of felt that, I don't know how we can mandate in everybody's village to get like a blacktop area or a concrete area. Some of them are on like a little gravel area, and others are just parked in the yard. So we wasn't sure how council, if they want to do that drafting move to say no parking unless it's on some type of, foundation, or how we want to put it, or leave it as is. It's just what do we want the village to look like, basically. We're not going to make everybody happy. It's impossible. But there was quite a few. We hit every street, so we about know where they are. I kind of made a list. I did send it out to the members. I've been getting input back, so that's why I didn't send it out to the rest of the council. Yeah, I did.
No, I know you did.
And so I just wanted to, talk about these to see where everybody's at. But they're, because we got that ordinance out there, Bob, to draw, but we need to look at it to amend it. I didn't know what council thought about, we do have campers that's in front of yards, side of yards. We have lots of utility trailers. We didn't go on property, of course, but you could tell some of them have been there for quite some time, so I'm sure they're not licensed or anything like that. So we kind of felt that that's one of the things that we could do, is make sure that they're roadworthy, if we can do that, and make sure that they're properly licensed for, one step in that direction. But as far as where to make them put these trailers and such on, like a driver or whatever, I don't know how far we want to go with this.
When we've been talking about this, I was looking up what some other communities had. This one, the way they worded it, is they said it has to be parked on an improved surface, is how they worded it, and they said such as concrete, asphalt, gravel, but just, it can't be parked in the grass and having weeds growing up between it and stuff like that.
And we have quite a bit of that. The majority of it is that way, to say the least. And I did take a few pictures, which I sent on, but, once these two let me know what I want to do. Because I was trying to make sure I had everything written down. It was quite a lot, so I wanted to get their input before I sent it out to all the council.
Go ahead.
No problem, I was just assuming silence gives consent, I had no problem with it.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't want to have to drive around together.
I guess my question is, what are we trying to establish at the bottom line? As you said, and I have noticed that too, what is the committee looking to do? I mean, if you talk gravel,
Yeah,
if you're talking surfacing them,
Right.
we're gonna have a real problem.
right.
Trying to get everybody to put something surfaced in.
Well, and was this because we're trying to get rid of the trailers over here, or is
Well,
this?
yeah.
Yeah, no, like, is it,
Yeah.
what are we?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Well, that's kind of how this all started, the Bob drove the ordinance, and it does cover like trailers of everything. Because that's opening up a whole
Yeah, but they're not
new
even
ball
on,
game
Didn't
over
we
there.
decide,
but they're not even on gravel,
No.
so that
Well,
makes.
that's most of the village, isn't it,
Yeah.
with everything else.
didn't we decide to
Honestly.
go with, pursue two separate ordinances on that?
Yeah,
One for
but,
commercial and then one for,
right,
pretty
we
much
felt to
covering
separate
everything
them,
Mhm.
because they're kind of, Bob can probably, do they overlap or do they not? We're kind of confused on that, as far as commercial trailers and just regular utility, vacation, whatever you want to call them.
Do they overlap?
As far as on the ordinance, how it reads, how they can be parked. I know the commercial has got a lot more avenues to go with it. But I know this is why it kind of started, was because of on the rest of our property trailers over here.
You know what, I think probably about, I want to say probably 15, 20 years ago, I prepared an ordinance
Yes,
that required them to park on either blacktop or concrete. But if you just even move progressively to get to the point where you get like crushed limestone. But you're gonna have to be specific about what you want put down, because if not, you're gonna have people coming in putting chunks of concrete down instead of like crushed limestone or poured concrete. And so the thing that I'm saying is you have the residential areas, and then like for a commercial area, I don't know why there would be a difference, but, and you could use the same standard for both. It'd just be the location of where the trailers would be. But the purpose of going to see what was in the village, like you're saying, some of these trailers haven't been moved in years.
there's no way.
Yeah.
no,
And it's just to really
probably no way they could be moved now.
improve and update your village.
Well, we already have an ordinance that says, because I looked it up,
Yeah.
it has to be behind the house, or you can have, like, our zoning committee or the building inspector can give permission to park on the side, but it's under no condition it's gonna be in the front of the house. It doesn't say anything about what it can sit on,
Right.
but all it says is it can be behind your house. Do we care?
What behind my house?
Like a
Behind the
trailer.
house.
So like, it just,
So the people that have driveways in front of their houses really Come on now.
I'm just saying, that's what it says.
Okay.
I am just telling you what it said because I looked it up.
All right.
I'm not saying I agree with it, I'm just saying,
I'm just,
And then we
Women
thought about if you have, if they do driveway or whatever, like you're saying, you know, we had a problem with someone with the driveway, I remember on First Street, where every time it rained, it was out in the roadway. So do we have something that addresses that? You know, if the village has to go up there and clean it up, it shouldn't be on our time and our dime if that does happen. If a property owner has the setup where they have whatever parked driveway or trailer, whatever it consists of.
oh, and it rains, and
It
the
rains.
rain washes the gravel out into the road.
Right.
Yeah.
You should have,
Now the mud.
Yeah, and well, one house was definitely rust. You could get lost in it, but.
you should have an ordinance about keeping sidewalks clear of litter and debris.
I figured we probably already had some of this at the time, that was one of our concerns. And, you know, and then we said about the people that don't have an area to park it, I know we had an ordinance that said 72 hours or something on the street. I don't have a problem with that. It's a vacation trailer, you're loading your vehicle, you've got to park it somewhere. I mean, just for a time being to load it and unload it when you're leaving and coming back. You know, not every house has a driveway, so they're gonna have a park out there. We've had a trailer parked out here, a utility trailer on Main Street, for I know 2 weeks that's unhooked, loaded with all kinds of stuff. As far as I know, there's not been any enforcement. It's gone now? Okay, well, that's recent. I didn't know, one night I don't look, but it's been there. It's like, I don't know how that happens either, how it just sits there all that time.
See, what some of the issues are when you're talking about motorhomes and that type of thing, and they're saying, well, we've got parking on the street because we can't park in the yard. There are a number of places that will rent you
Oh, yeah.
parking spots for those, and essentially, that's where those would have to go.
Yeah, because we have several. I mean, I know there's some on First Street, there's one's got Florida tags, and I know they're expired. It's off the road in the grass. And then there's a lot of them we can't tell, you know, from far away if they're valid or not. Some of them are probably being moved because they look pretty new, so I'm sure they're probably coming and going, these trailers. But there are quite a few utility trailers. That's just a little small trailer where they put whatever on it. It's just small stuff, but there's quite a few more than we realized of those. Parked in backyard, side yards, camping trailers way down in between. One was tucked in between 2 garages. One way down, I don't know how they're gonna get that one, was way down over the hill. There's a couple of those.
No idea, that one place that had 2 boats and 3 trailers, or was it the other way around?
It was quite like, yeah, one property had like 4 or 5. Meet the description of both. So it's just, we just wasn't sure where council wanted to go with this. There is a lot when you look for it.
That's my whole question, is just what are we gonna try to accomplish, you know?
Yeah, because now you can really see everything, since there's no trees growing up and everything's just like, wow. You know, it really stands out, along with garbage on property and all the other issues.
Well, I guess if we're gonna pick a fight with the village, what's the fight to pick?
no, it's just not coming up in the paper.
I'm just curious,
Yeah, well.
and then I'm also kind of if it's on somebody's property behind their house, do we have do we have a right to, as long as it's not a health hazard or something like that, do we really have the right to start criticizing what people have behind their homes?
To a certain degree, yeah. But here's my thing, we can't lose sight of what we started at,
Right.
and we need to focus on getting that lot over there.
Yeah.
That's our major focus. We can do that because they're illegal in so many other ways.
Right, and that's another issue I want to bring up. I guess the rest of them were notified that came back the letter.
Well, I think Dick just sent to the laws and contract.
Yeah, that,
If you've got a copy of that letter, if anybody wanted a copy.
yeah, they,
That's the one he sent out.
I guess they're not accepted at the post office or whatever, so what is our next step? You know, this is all still on site, you know, it's just the
How did a
whole
police
picture.
officer hand deliver it?
Is that what it's gonna do?
When you say,
That's what.
The
was it
letter,
returned unclaimed?
No, they just, On the envelope, there was 3 or 4 dates where they had refused to take it from the post office.
Right.
So they date when they attempt to deliver
Okay,
it, so it was
so-
never delivered.
So now all you have to do is take it over to the post office and send it proof of mailing.
He's done
He
that.
did that.
He did that.
Yeah,
That's what he
That's all
told
you
me
have
he
to
did.
do.
Well, I suggested it before he even sent the certified, because I know that you can do that. And he told me he did, that
Well, he should have he should
he
have,
should have us, where he paid for it.
well, he gets a little slip of paper
Yes.
for the proof of mailing, and gets a proof of, that he sent it by certified mail. So you just staple those to the letter, and the bottom line is, if the proof of mailing letter does not come back, it's presumed delivered, and you just go by the timetable that you have in that letter. Whether he accepted the certified mail or not is really inconsequential.
Yes, I'm not sure. He's saying that's what he did.
Well, we saw the envelope
Right.
that,
The attempts, yeah.
So what's the letter say after he gets it? Does it
I
like,
can make you a copy afterwards, the copier's down.
I'm just wondering what the next step would be.
that's what we want to know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
if
that's
Bob's
what
saying
our
we just
question-
follow what's in the letter,
So I'm saying, if he never takes delivery,
Now what?
do we have Dear Don to deliver it, hand deliver it?
With the building
No,
inspector?
in other words,
Yeah.
this was sent October the 22nd, okay? And it says certified mail, and it also says first class, but this gives him 30 days from the date of this notice of violation. And if it's not corrected within 30 days, then a court citation may be issued for one or more of the violations. And so, if it's not corrected by that time, in 30 days, the violation should be issued for each of the items, not one violation containing all of them, but for a violation for each of the items. And that'll have to be initiated by Dick Weber. So 30 days would be up, right before Thanksgiving. So I'll just come over and meet with Dick Weber and help him write up the complaints, and we'll file them and get them on the docket in December.
So, all right. Then we'll go from there. So then if he doesn't respond on that, do we have the right to go over there and tow that stuff off of there at their expense?
Not until we issue the actual complaints themselves.
What's the time limit?
I just wondered how much time that's gonna be from, if you go on the 30-day mark.
Well, if we go on the 30-day mark, we have court this Wednesday, correct, Don?
Yes, sir.
He'll be in court on
Then we have one
December
December
2nd.
And at that point, if he doesn't show,
If he doesn't show and the complaints have been issued to him and served on him, then there would be a capias issue at that point in time.
What kind of time frame from December 2nd?
The
If he is,
next court date's December 16th.
so we have to go through another court date, we couldn't, on the first court date, we couldn't tell him how much time he has to move them?
Well, not if he isn't
If he doesn't.
bled out.
Okay.
The idea being that the first court date is to get the trailers off. Okay? That would be the first step.
Okay.
The second step is, if you don't get the cooperation at that point in time, every day that they sit there is an additional violation.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that.
all right. So, yeah, it's kind of like the whole picture, not just, it's that and the rest of them. Because I know what's coming. As soon as we address that, it's going to be everybody else they'll throw, even though it doesn't matter, you know. I know that's what he probably will do. All right, so we're gonna hold off on the rest of them until or need some more, or what are we doing with this, with the other trailers? I think we should treasure on that. Now we know what's supposedly going on with that one. Need to address the rest.
Make
One way or
make some sort of picture of what we're gonna do through the community. Yeah, and go from there.
Okay, because I know we were gonna have a laws and contracts meeting on the December, where's my date at? First, that's on right? Yeah, to discuss like upcoming, like contracts for 2020. You know, all the contracts that we have for the village. So if we want, we can maybe talk about this a little more on that date. Because really, this has been going on and on. I like to get this off the plate, move on to something else. That's all I had as far as laws and contracts. But another thing I did want to add was that I understand that we got more money from like COVID, another grant of some sort from.
We got money from BWC Workman's Comp. We got $13,600 and something. And I questioned it, and I did call, and I did talk to our person at Comp Management, our third-party administrator, and he said that they have got over 1.5 million, and they anticipate getting over another 1.5 million, and there's no stipulations on what the money can be used. Has to be used for, because I said, you know, what if you didn't have people that were like off work? And he said, no, it doesn't have anything to do with that. This is just money they have, and they're trying to get it out to all their private and public entities, you know, employers, and to use it.
That's great.
So altogether, we have received between Workman's Comp, through the federal, to the state, to the county, to us, right now we've received close to $69,000 for COVID. Of course, we have some expenditures that need to be charged against that we, you know, took out of other funds because we didn't have the money at the time. They probably should be reimbursed, but that still is quite a bit of money.
Yeah, did you have something to say?
I was telling you, it was on line 2 of my report.
Okay. I was trying to make sense of it. But I like to see do some things that we talked about before when we had other monies, like adding like a door off of here, you know, for safety. One thing upstairs, there's no way for them to ever get out if something would happen upstairs, like some type of fire escape, or maybe using it to revamp like the office down here for the water board clerk, you know, just to make things more, I mean, to COVID, to keep them, and security also. That's just a few of my suggestions. I know we talked about some of these before.
About locking the lobby off maybe, or
Yeah.
so that there's not
They
full
couldn't get-
access to going up, down, and
They couldn't get anywhere except for in the lobby. Without like one of them letting like somebody upstairs know that there was someone down here. That way they wouldn't be in the police area at all. I mean, these are things we talked about when we had the loan money and different things, but now that we have a little extra to do something with, I think we should use it towards some of those goals.
Do we need to have a meeting, special meeting, or some group gonna put some ideas together and ask the rest of council to give ideas so we can move forward with that?
Whatever council pleasure. I mean, sounds great.
Just good knowing we have it. I think we can kind of start looking. You have suggestions, I'm sure other people have some, so sit down at some point so we can get that moving forward.
I'm sure there's going to be a deadline on when we have to report what we've done and everything, and I'm sure that the state auditors are going to have something to say about how it, you know, what fund, how it's spent, because we had to set up the special fund for it. So, and there is some sense out there that there might be more money after the first year. They don't know how long this stuff's going to keep rolling in.
Well, just to add to what Pam said, the last time I had to go up to Cheviot, they had the entire building cleared off. You could only get into the lobby, and if somebody had to come in, you know, for whatever purpose, they were only allowed to be let in and accompanied by one of the employees up in Cheviot. So I think doing that in the lobby it probably would be directly related to COVID and possibly anything along those lines.
Security.
A security and what's the word I'm looking for? Having to do with health and safety of the employees.
What committee wants to hear, so it doesn't matter.
I think it would also, like if we were to be able to put 2 windows out there in that lobby, one for the clerk and one for the water board, then that makes it more handicap accessible also. People can just come right in, go to the window, do their business. And when I lived in little town in Oklahoma, that's the way they were set up. If you had a ticket or something and you had to see the clerk, you know, like Aaron, you went to one window. If you had to pay your water bill, you went to another window. And it was just so much easier than everybody going in the building.
Well, and for security too, it makes it nice that
Oh, absolutely.
you know, like, I know people don't like it when they hear that bell going off, but you know what? I'm up there by myself most of the time. And when the mayor's not here, I've been starting to lock that door because if Aaron's not here because the hall's dark a lot because there's no activity and people start to come up them steps, if I don't have the bell on, I don't know they're coming.
Right.
And that's why it's locked, you know, it's to prevent anybody from coming in. And at one time, you used to push a bell, and it was buzzed in, you know. And I do think it is because, you know, we live in a community where we have, you know, a lot of older people in that, and we really don't know too much about everybody's health and that with them coming in.
Don, we had looked at that several times. How would that improve, you know, that would definitely improve people coming in and out of your area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is with, just like we had this the other day, we had another violent, somebody decided to get violent inside of the cage, and we've got the water board clerk right there.
She doesn't need to be there.
It's
We
just,
needed to already move her.
it's the violent part of it, and then also if we have a medical emergency in there with a prisoner in that cage, and they're giving personal information or health information to the medics inside of there, and
It's a
she's
HIPAA
there, that's a
violation.
major HIPAA violation.
It would be the same thing with Aaron sitting there too, I would
Oh,
think.
absolutely.
Well, she's a police clerk, so she's access to their
And she's
stuff.
not right next to the cage.
That's the biggest problem. She's, the cage is right there, and she's right next to it.
It's a big improvement if that can happen that way. But
Seems like for the most part, we're all kind of in a consensus with that being something to look at, and that's gonna be probably, if I remember, one of the budget reports when I first started council, you had that in there. It's gonna be probably a pretty pricey undertaking.
It is.
Is it worth to maybe, I guess, request maintenance, RJ, to kind of get some quotes about what that could be and what that would look like, and bring that back to council?
Yeah, because that's going to take engineering.
There's gonna be some serious fees in there to get an idea of what we would be looking at.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
We actually need to have a plan for what he's gonna be seeking prices for. So we need to know what it is that.
Because we've had a lot more traffic in this cage and things lately. And it's like almost a constant. She's right next to the evidence room. You know what the constant smell is right next to the evidence room? Right, okay.
Yeah.
I would like to propose something now. I mean, is there a reason why that you would need that back office to keep it? And we can't move Lisa out of this little hole she's in and put her up where the water board computer is at?
I'm not.
And you use
Where
the-
I'm working now?
Mhm.
As I said before, I just need somewhere. No.
I mean,
do whatever you want
the
to.
council room is still the council
Mhm.
shared office, so.
And that's exactly what I proposed to begin with.
Well, as far as the ladies' room, I don't have a problem with coming downstairs, you know.
I don't have a
Something
problem
like that.
using the men's
Me
bathroom.
neither,
I-
you know.
Nobody's up there anyway to see where you go.
But I guess my question, you want to move the water board upstairs?
And then
Well,
if
that-
somebody needs to make a payment, which we only have approximately 5 people that come in, they could just tell Erin, and Lisa has no problem coming downstairs. She wants out of that office. Lisa has made that clear to me herself.
Yeah, well, I think we should take a look at that. No, as far as me, no, I don't have a problem, just as long as I have access to somewhere when I'm wanting to do some work, you know, and I don't have a problem with that.
Thank you.
Whatever
Appreciate
you
that.
guys decide, I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
I mean,
I didn't
that's
ask to
okay
go in
with
there, if you
everybody.
guys remember, it wasn't my request, it was just having someplace, yeah.
I still think we should look at, see what it would cost for
Yeah,
down here.
yeah,
Also,
I think we
maybe a
should look at
temporary
it.
fix to put
Sure.
her up there, for it, get away. But I think Erin is still, and if she's in, I think the other person, it's not healthy for her to be there either. And that's her, she's a clerk, she's not law
Yeah.
enforcement.
No, I think it's a perfect solution. Like I said, we've been looking at this for a long time to eliminate traffic in and especially into the police department, you know.
It's also a nice presence, like when people walk in, instead
Sure.
of the bricked area, there's somebody there to greet
Somebody
them.
there's to help them. Yeah, I just think we should sit down and look at the whole thing and continue to get the information, like everybody says, I'm in agreement.
We're laws, contracts, and human resources, so do we need to put that on our plate, or?
So is that okay to move her up in that corner office? Because, can I have a motion on that if that's
I'll make a
possible?
motion for temporary placement of the water board clerk.
I'll second.
Motion by Steve, second by Pam. Any discussion?
Yeah, I do have some discussion. I just like to have a whole plan. That's just my discussion. While we're deciding what we're gonna do, figure out the whole plan, you know?
Oh, yeah, no question
Yeah.
about it. I think
Yeah.
he's just trying to get her away from the
Yeah.
cage right now.
All right, yeah.
No, I
She's
think
made
we're all.
it clear she wants away from there.
Oh, I wouldn't want to be that.
I think we're all in agreement that we need a full plan of what this looks like.
But yeah.
We're gonna do it
Because
right.
in essence, I believe that she should be down where people can just walk in off the street.
I agree completely.
Okay.
That's why I said-
That's all my
Yeah, for
discussion.
services,
We're
it's
just saying
nice.
temporary.
And that's why I said emphasis
Yeah.
on temporary
Mhm.
until we can.
I don't have a problem. Just give me a few days to get it cleaned out.
It's been made and seconded, right?
Yeah.
It's Steve and Pam, it's on the floor.
Okay.
Discussion.
Any further discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford.
Yay.
Dan Dalton.
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Steve Dalton.
Yeah.
Pam Jackson.
Yay. That's all I have.
Thank you, Pam.
Mayor, I just have one more little thing that I missed. We had a little bit of a problem with our bid package. The Inquirer, even though they sent confirmation, did not put our bid package request for bids in the paper on the 8th. Help me out, Margaret, if I get the dates wrong.
No,
On
that's
the
right.
On the 8th, so that for some reason it didn't get in. So we had a 2-week window, which was necessary that we got it done. So I kind of threw everything out of the bid package. We had it in the bid package that'd be open on the 24th with our 2 weeks. So now we're gonna have to move that to December the 1st so we can get the 2 weeks legal notice in. And I know there's nothing we can do about it, but that certainly screwed up what we were trying to accomplish in getting this rebid back together. So I just wanted to make sure you knew that we were gonna be moving that date up. And I didn't take a look to see when we could get that. That's on the 2nd, that's on Tuesday. And see if council wants to meet that evening like we did the last time.
Is this as time sensitive as it was before? We were worried about making sure everything got in for the grant.
Well, yeah, because we thought we could get it in while there's still some warm weather. They said the plants are open until January. So some of the contractors were anxious to get it done.
I guess I was asking is it something that can wait till the December 7th meeting or?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know,
I think at this point, yeah, I think,
because I remember before you were worried about making sure we had accepted something so you could go forward with the grant.
Yes.
Because we were worried about the time cycle. Is this as time sensitive? Or is it we now have the money and we just have to accept the bid to get moving?
right, that's exactly right. now we just need to get it done as quick as possible so that if in fact there's not warm days in December that they want to get it done before the cost of the asphalt goes up, no, I think it can wait till that December meeting, personal.
Well, I guess we're not allowed to see those ahead of time, are we? No, like last time you came in and like you said, well, we got all these grant bid packages and council didn't get a chance to look at them.
The bid packages?
Yeah, so maybe we could do that, maybe so for that week, if they're available that we can walk down.
Yeah,
and come-
because
And read over them before the meeting and.
Yeah, but we had them that night.
No, we did, but like I know I didn't get a chance to look over them at all or have any idea what's in them. So.
Oh, you mean the bid package itself?
Yeah.
Oh, you can look at that.
No, like when they came back in and with the price quotes and stuff, it was all kind of like, here's a bunch of envelopes and kind of, here's what we think
we
that
had
night.
the list and who was on there. and-
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's an actual bid
What the
opening, and that, after the bid opening, that's when you get it laid out in front of you with the information.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Like,
really-
we don't see anything in those packages before bid opening.
No, I know, but we didn't
Oh.
see anything.
Afterwards.
Yeah, at that meeting,
Summary.
literally, we just turned around and had a meeting and we really didn't get a chance to look at any of the bids.
Well, what you saw was the list of
Yeah,
bids that were,
I mean,
and that's
So,
all there is.
yeah.
I think what he's saying is that instead of saying, like, at a meeting, you're gonna do this, is that council get to look at them and see what's there and then say, like, by mutual consent or something, who they'll go with.
Oh,
I think.
well, I mean, that's what we did.
The entire bid instead of just the cost, the end cost. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying if we
Like
have a
the
little time,
breakdown?
maybe it works better if we have a little time to look at it before December 7th. Instead of like, you get them, they're in December 1st, they're done December 1st, and then December 1st at 6 o'clock, we're all meeting to try to figure out what just happened. I don't know.
The lowest and best, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
But actually, after the bids are open, what I do is I say who it is and I say what they offered. We record that, okay? And that's public knowledge, okay? So if you want to see the bids, you would come and you'd say, Margaret, I'd like to see the bids, and you could sit and look at the bids. You
Okay.
can't copy them or anything like that.
Okay, but anyway,
Yeah, I think you
we-
just said it the
Yeah.
way I think you.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, that,
Yeah.
you know.
we bring them right to council, the whole list of what we got. But that's fine with me. I don't have a problem waiting until, I mean, it's up to council, but I don't have a problem waiting until the council meeting. And it'll be, as you say, Steve, it'll be public knowledge that once we get the
Oh, yeah.
bids. Yeah, okay.
But when we get the bids, it'll be public knowledge, but as far as, never mind.
It's
You already
okay.
explained that, we're good.
We're good. We've hit that point. I get it.
So my question is,
We should be
when
good.
you open the bids on the 1st,
Mm-hmm.
then a decision is made on the 1st about which bids you're doing, or you?
No,
wait
it
till
comes
the
to
7th?
council. That's what we're talking about,
That's
whether
what
we
we're
come
saying.
that night.
Trying to get it.
Yeah, whether we come that night and ask council to make a decision, or we wait until the 7th to make the decision. So this has to go before council at some point.
What time was that on the first again?
3 o'clock,
That's when the bid
It's a
opening
bid
is.
opening is.
yeah. Okay,
We can move on now?
thank you. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
If-
We'll go to our maintenance department. RJ, did you have anything?
No, I don't have none at this time.
Anybody have any questions for RJ?
How's the lights coming, Christmas?
Did you figure them candy canes out yet?
That's what we're working on now.
Hey, I'm more than happy to come over to, show you what we've done in the past.
I was gonna say, I know
It gets complicated at times.
We're going through all the bulbs right now.
Yeah, that's it, that's the thing, going through the bulbs.
Yeah, so that's what they've been doing right now, just seeing what's working, what's not working, getting replacements.
That's a good
Yeah.
job in itself.
It is.
But it takes a while, so, gotta get on the ball with that. All right, we'll go to our police department, chief.
Just a couple of things tonight. This coming Saturday, we're gonna be having the fill the hat thing that we have discussed. It'll be from 3 to 7 p.m., I believe, Saturday and Sunday.
Where's our officer gonna be standing at?
We're gonna have 2 or more if we can, at Dining in 50 and Dining in Maine.
Okay.
You mean Germany?
No, Dining.
Oh, at both ends of dining. Sorry.
And then the only other thing I have, I didn't get a chance to get with Interim Chief Lacy with the fire department. I know that I have talked to you guys about this, former Chief Over talked to you about this, and I don't want to be beating a dead horse, but we have got to address this East Main Street situation. We just had another one Saturday night for a non-breather that was dispatched to 38 East Main, and they were sent to 38 Main Street. That is taking precious seconds away from us getting to somebody when they need our help. And it's all because of the street name. Council is going to have to address this.
Bob, can they change the name of the street?
They could. I'm gonna have to look into that, because I know council can change the name of the street, but I think it's gonna go through either the engineer or the auditor's office downtown. So I have to look at that.
We can only change it from south to,
I believe originally it was Hillside Avenue, and then it was changed to East Main. Margret probably remember, was that done before?
Yeah.
You came out?
You weren't
On all the
here
books,
then?
it's Hillside
Well, I'm not
Avenue.
What's
that,
that?
well, I might have been on council.
Yeah, if you, like Councilman Phil just said, if you look on a lot of the old plat books, it still shows that as Hillside Avenue. It does.
Yeah. I think that was just a Carroll Code thing, let's do it.
Because like my address where I'm at out there, it'll show, like if I try to Google 51 East Main, it won't take me there. If I put 51 Hillside Avenue, it'll take me right to my house.
That would fix our GPS problems then.
I would hope,
Except for Erlanger, Ohio.
but we don't know what to do to fix it. We've tried with Com Center, they've tried everything, they can't get it to correct. What I'm afraid of is this is going to happen where we get an inexperienced or a lesser inexperienced EMS crew, because they're getting a lot of new people up there that don't know the village. And we've got a lot of new officers that are still learning street numbers because now the numbers run in succession like they should. And we get somebody that is an actual true non-breather, and we're wasting 5 and 10 minutes trying to find this person. That 5 and 10 minutes can be the difference between them living and them dying.
I actually agree with an overhaul. Do you have anything else?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Go to the audience. Jason, did you have anything?
Do you have any questions?
Can we talk about the properties at 340 and 342 Main Street and getting those cleaned up, the yards? They're overgrown, there's stuff growing out of the one house. They're terrible.
What was that address again? I'm sorry.
340 and 342 Main Street, down by Jason's house at the end, those two.
Yeah.
I know they're in probate court, but somebody owns them and should be at least maintaining the yards.
I agree.
Can we do something about that?
well, where is that at? I'm sorry.
Dead end.
Down by CW Shore.
Oh, okay.
Down by,
Past the church.
Oh, okay.
the church at the dead end, Mother Germany's Church, or Our Lady of, what is that?
Whatever that is.
Our Lady of,
Isn't that early church?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I know where you're at. Sonny was taking care of that, and after Sonny passed, they just let it go. And I don't know, I've been asking Vic about it. He's been getting with their family. He's sent them letters, like, you know. see
Can
if
it
they
be
do
fine?
something
I
to
mean,
take
until you
care of it.
find somebody, they're not gonna do anything. It's been all summer, they've not cut that grass once all summer.
Yeah, but
They get really tall.
if they're in probate, it can be
But
difficult.
the widow has to legally own them until it's proven different in probate. Someone has to be responsible for that lot.
If he was married to her.
Well, then it's next of kin. I mean, whoever's the oldest is the next of kin.
But if they legally don't own it, they can't be responsible for it.
But
Then
In
the
answer
village
to
needs
your
to do
question,
something, because that's
we will
not
certainly-
acceptable. I'm sorry, those answers are great answers, I get it, I 100% do, but
yeah,
if you want to make this village look nicer, we've got to do something.
And I agree with you, but also you can't force a family member to take something that they don't want.
I think the one suggestion that we have done in the past, and we have done this in the past a lot, is put a lien on taxes, have our guys clean it.
Yeah, we've done
We're just
that.
talking grass. more or less just cleaning it up and taking care of the grass.
I think
It may
we're
be
allowed
something
to
we
do
can
that
do.
twice a year, from what it reads in the
You don't need Dick to do it, we can do it right through council and the clerk's office.
I'd like to make the motion that we clean up 340, 343, have our, I'm sorry, maintenance department.
Sorry, I'm sorry. But it's really bad. We did a lot of work on the house next to it for it to be
I'll
that
second
bad.
Motion by Pam, second by
Stop a
Steve.
minute.
Get those properties
Sorry,
there.
yeah.
Any further
Put it on the
discussion?
taxes.
Yeah, to put on the taxes.
Okay. Any further discussion? No discussion, we'll vote.
Dan Pillow,
Yay.
Lisa Stafford,
Yay.
Dan Dalton,
Yay.
Ann Pillow,
Yay.
Steve Dalton,
Yay.
Pam Jackson.
Yay.
Alright.
And, there's, since we're done, there is garbage out on, I think, is it 93?
Yeah, it's still there.
81, I should have. 81 Main, it's been there for, I know a
Which
month
one was
out.
that one? Is that
It's
the phone
81
call?
Main.
That's the one you got to complain about me dropping the ticket on the door?
Okay, we're dealing with that one at the moment.
Okay, because I've had several complaints, I did bring it to.
Is that the lawnmower factory?
No, it's on the other
No,
side.
that's the other side,
Other
that's.
side.
There's so many
Call
things to keep track
them
of.
Closer to
three
your
stuccos
one.
back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're in the middle of that one
Okay.
at the moment. He's pretty upset right now.
can we not go in there and just take that, all that garbage on the side of that property off of there? The village.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can go do it, yeah.
Heck,
I'll,
I'll do it, I'll take my garbage cans down there.
Pam, I'll put the board up tomorrow.
I mean, I will, I mean, the neighbors are complaining, they're coming to me. That's why I took it to Dick.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
that would be at your own risk to enter someone else's property, but I won't do
I'm
it.
sure they wouldn't mind. I don't know.
But they have,
Do I understand
I
it
don't know if I
right
wanna touch
that
it.
we know who the owner
I'll think
is,
about it.
but that is left from an eviction? Is that true?
I don't know what it's left from, but it's been.
That's what I've heard, but we do know who
Right
the
now,
owner
what I know
Mhm.
is the guy that lives there is upset because he didn't throw all the trash out. The girl that lived upstairs threw all the trash out, which supposedly is his niece,
His
which
family.
has already moved out
Yes, it's been.
a while back, and now he has an eviction notice, so he's not going to be there much longer.
I don't think he's.
But we have an owner.
I think
Yeah.
actually he's out now.
I think if
so-
the trailer moved, he's probably gone. Like he said.
So we
That was there.
contact the owner, right?
And that's what I'm trying to find is that owner.
Yeah.
What's the address?
81 Main.
Yeah.
I think I have a picture, I can post it to you. I forgot.
Yeah, I got
All the pictures I
pictures.
took.
I'll find it for you. I can find the ownership.
Should I be worried if you took pictures
It's
of my house?
LL something. The people, the property owner. I remember Dick telling me.
It's Brian something, because we looked it up on,
I thought it was initials.
Auditors?
we looked it up on Cages. for where
Bob
Margret
probably
got
has a
shipped.
better way to find out.
I'll send you a deed.
But yeah, if we can go in there.
Oh, yeah, if you can actually go down Hamilton County and get a copy of the deed.
Because there's garbage cans that's full, there's garbage all along the fence line. It's on the, like the side of the property.
If they're doing an eviction, all the items for an eviction should be placed between the sidewalk and the curb. That's where that stuff should be.
Well,
And
this was the people that lived upstairs, and now downstairs is being evicted now, but I don't think it's,
believe me, even
hasn't
if
grown,
it's-
I don't think. It
even
looks
if
about the
it's
same.
Yeah,
upstairs,
there's,
if the second floor is being evicted, it goes out this, between the sidewalk and the curb. If the first floor is evicted, same place, that's where it goes. If the property's still there, you know, I mean, if it's observed that the place has got overflowing garbage cans and everything else, and the garbage is not being set out, Dick just needs to cite them. That's all there is to it. And call the health department at the same time.
Yep.
And get them both coming out and take whatever action's necessary. And eventually, you know,
Because the neighbors were saying there's bugs and rodents. That's what I'm being told.
well, that'd be the first thing that I would tell the health department when I call them, is that there's rodents. That'd be the first thing. Because they'll respond to rodents a lot. The bigger it is, the quicker they respond.
so we tell them there's rats in there. No possum, let's go to bigger, some raccoons.
Well, I'm
Actually-
sure all in
We
there.
have that problem at
There probably
342.
are raccoons and
There's
possums.
raccoons and possums in that one. Can we call the health
There we
department
go.
too?
There seriously are possums.
There really is. They're living in it and they.
Oh, yeah.
We all, I have raccoons, so.
Steve has them in his attic.
Yeah, no matter what I do, they always get back in.
Well, Jason, did you have anything
You
else?
want us to call the health department on your own property then? Okay.
No, we have
I don't have
If they'll come take out the raccoons, sure.
Sure, if they'll help me out, get them. Yikes.
You have to take a raccoon 25 miles away.
25.
Actually, it's illegal, it's illegal. I
Yeah,
thought
it
was
is.
You can't
illegal to
kill 'em.
remove them
You
completely.
can kill them on your property, I called. You can kill them on your property, but you can't transport them.
No, that's transfer. That's correct.
If
So
you
you have
don't,
to
if you don't
kill 'em?
kill them,
You can, you're allowed to kill them
We'll be
from on your
back.
property.
Oh, I know.
Oh, boy.
We have a
I
large
can't kill
collection that won't ever kill it again.
yeah.
I don't know. I can't do that.
Anyway,
Most of them live
Alright,
in Rumpke's
so-
Mountain now.
I make a motion to adjourn.
second.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Dan Pillow, second by Steve. Any discussion to keep us here like all night? We can keep going. Sure? All right.
Dan Phillips.
was that address?
Dan Phillips.
342 and
Stafford.
340.
Yay.
343.
Hey.
And Phillips. Steve Dalton.
Yeah.
See that
And
short,
Baxter.
right? Yeah, they just read it. Two prior.
Oh, write this down. 8:16.
Trailers.